Why does everyone in the Big Ten become Iowa?
Everything evolves to eventually become a crab.
Ryan Day wanted the crab fight.
This team has two claws and he wants to snip at you with them.
He will play like the crab if he feels threatened.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It was a pretty solid week. We had a good number of upsets spread out across the conferences, which was a nice change of pace. But we are an SEC focused show, as
No,
stated.
we're not. No, we're not. I wouldn't agree to that. Don't worry, listener. You're in good hands.
First game is an SEC game, but we will be going to other conferences, I promise. First game was Vanderbilt at Texas. Texas won 34-31. I wanted to say, this is Texas's first complete football game. I just wanted to say that their offense played well, their defense played well. It was
three
good.
quarters of a complete game.
They fucked around a little bit, but
Don't have to talk about the fourth quarter, but
yes, I mean, honestly, the onside kick, Vanderbilt was so close to getting. Had Vanderbilt gotten it, they would have probably at least tied and gone to overtime.
if only the ball wasn't egg-shaped with 2 points to make it bounce weird, Vanderbilt wins this game.
Yeah, I think Vanderbilt, honestly, in their losses this season has showed me quite a bit. Like they lost to Alabama, they lost to Texas, but they hold up. You would think that they're the type of team that gets blown out by quote unquote elite competition, but they played well. They just started really slow, and they didn't have the offensive line to give Pavia enough time. But we should talk about the winners. Josh, did you catch this?
I saw Texas taking a commanding lead as the game was going on. I was at the Iowa State Arizona State game, but it was it was like, oh wow, Texas is really just like they've arrived, and like this is like the version of themselves that they intended to be from the beginning of the year, and to hold off a very good Vanderbilt team to what, like 10 first half points or something like that. Like they really took control of this game, and I'm like, oh, all right. Like when I check back in afterwards, I'm like, oh wow, okay, good for Vanderbilt, they made it a game. But it doesn't feel like it was as close as the final score to
Yeah.
me.
I had removed this game from my noon quad box at halftime when it was like 24-6 or whatever it was. Because I was like, okay, well, this sucks as a Vandy believer, but this is going a particular way. And I had to start watching again in the fourth quarter when Vanderbilt, I believe, forced the punt to have to then drive the length of the field to score their last touchdown. Um, yeah, I mean, is Arch who the media was trying to tell me he was before the season now?
Well, still no, but that he is good. He's playing pretty good. This was a good game. I thought even last game against Mississippi State, he played well. Um, Texas still has some problems, in my opinion. They had what I think five red zone trips, two of them in field goals. They're still a little choppy in the red zone, which is a bit concerning. And I still think that they have a lot of play calling that relies on having elite skill positions, which they do. They do have really athletic skill positions. I don't know how that plays against teams like Texas A&M maybe. First play of the game, they just swing it out to God, what's it? Wingo? Wingo, right? Wingo who just
Mhm.
takes it all the way
Well,
on a
no,
single
no,
play.
it was a. Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah, it was Wingo. Oh, yeah, yeah. Either way, the point is so they have a lot of that in their offense, and they're a little choppy in the red zone, and their run game comes and goes. But it's this they're starting to play more complete football. On the Vanderbilt side of things, you have to feel like if you get off to a slightly better start, this game could have been different. But it's good to know that you hung around and Eli, is it Stovers or Stowers? Stovers, right?
I think it's
Stowers.
Stowers.
I mean, everyone sees him coming, and he still produces so many yards for them. He's not. No one's Vanderbilt's not sneaking up on anybody, and they're
Mhm.
still playing well. So, I don't have too much to say other than it got close. Texas probably needs to play a little bit better in the fourth, but they're starting to round into the team that they should be, and they only have one conference loss.
Which,
It's so insane. Oh, sorry.
y- well, yeah, looking at the record under the logo, it's like, is Texas really 6-2? Like, there's been all this talk about how bad they are.
I mean, Kentucky and Mississippi State, two teams that fucking suck. They're
Hey,
almost losing to them.
Kentucky's not the worst team in the SEC.
That is true. We will get to that.
God dang.
But Josh, sorry, Josh, what were you gonna say?
I mean, it is insane that Texas was able to be as ugly as they have been this entire year. But, when you get to this stage, all that matters is winning because so many teams have found ways to lose. And I have felt like even when they were bad, I felt like they'll probably pull it off against A&M at the end of the year. I just knew like that's a free space for them. I don't know why. But now it seems like, oh, that game could be huge and it'll be a really big deal that it's at home. Like I feel like if this one was in Nashville, they don't pull it off. Like,
No, yeah, for sure, for sure.
and I
And
feel like
and
if you play like that against A&M, you do drop that. But I feel like they can do it. Like they're going to be on point for that game, barring any injury between now and the end of the season.
yeah, and just as like a final note to kind of build a little bit off what you said, like I will acknowledge because I'm probably the most biased against Texas on this call, like by far. I will acknowledge like winning is winning. Like you win. Even when you suck, you win, which is what matters. That's the whole point. No one gives a shit about the best second place team ever. I'd rather be the worst first place team. So that's kind of my thoughts on the game. Anything else before we jump?
I think
I'm a
that
little disappointed we don't get to see Texas against Alabama in the regular season. Like the last couple times they played, it's been really like a good game. So, I mean, we might have to wait another week for this one, but I just can't believe we're here.
They
Really.
they have held on remarkably well. Well, I gotta give it to them. Um, well, I guess we'll see. I would still be surprised if they made the SEC championship, but they could still sneak into the playoff if they win the right games. Okay. Next game was Georgia Tech at NC State. NC State won 48 to 36. Okay, we're gonna talk about winners first. We're gonna talk about NC State. You had a quarterback who had one leg, and you put up 48 points. So great job. Georgia Tech, your defense sucks. I don't know what the fuck happened. I knew they weren't that good, but this was really bad. And Haynes King, you probably deserve to be in the Heisman finalist ceremony, but this tonight will not help your case despite you putting up 400 yards of passing offense and 100 yards on the ground and what, five touchdowns. Like,
Video
god
game
damn.
numbers.
How is that not enough? How is that not enough?
I mean, for NC State, I was trying to think like what's the biggest win they've had before top 10 Georgia Tech, and like nothing comes to mind. Like
Clemson, right?
this is just was it?
Few years.
they
I want to say they've upset Clemson before.
they
It
guys, you're disrespecting undefeated in the ACC Virginia, who lost to an ACC team this year.
That's true.
That's
Yeah,
so strange. It's something about NC State just never sticks in my mind. And I feel bad because I'm like, they have a sellout streak. Like they were totally up. That fan base is totally committed. Like calling, like being the Wolf Pack. That's special. Like they're an interesting place. I just can't retain them. I called them SC State at some point on this show. Nobody corrected me. Nobody commented. People love correcting me. Nothing happened. No one cared. And I don't know. This is just such a great win for them. And at this point in the season, like being 5-4 versus 4-5, it's so little. But having a losing record this late in the year just feels like, oh, what are we doing any of this for? But speaking from experience, it is better to be 5-4 than 4-5. No matter when those four losses came. I'll also say Georgia Tech going undefeated was like really unlikely. Like we knew they were good. We didn't think they'd finish the year undefeated, but we looked at their schedule and it's like, okay, what game are they not going to be favored in? This is a problem. Like some mistakes are so giant, like you aren't going to make them again. But like their safeties, I don't know their personnel that well, but like seeing their safeties consistently being in the wrong place, just big play after big play. They couldn't fit the run. They would bite on play action because they couldn't fit the run and just left guys wide open to a quarterback that's fine. But
Really? I
I
like Bailey.
don't like
I was pretty impressed with him. I'm like, man, he's what, 6'6". He can run. He's not that bad of a thrower. He's kind of fast. I was like, I can see why this guy's hard to defend.
he's the type of quarterback that like you write everything down about him on paper and you're like, wow, this guy sounds like a creative player. And then you watch and I'm like, something's just missing. And that's hard to say. Like, I don't know. I'm not some like recruiter. I don't have the eyes to say for sure if a guy's good or not 100%. But I don't know. I believe this was just a special night where Georgia Tech's defense was begging to sell. And NC State, good for them. They took advantage. They wasted no time making the cut on Georgia Tech's arm a gash by the end of the night. And kudos to them.
Yeah, and NC State, like I'm surprised you're surprised because I feel like this is what NC State does once a year, where they're like they have a home game at night and they're an underratedly hard place to play. And they get somebody. I don't know if they beat a top 10 team always, but they beat somebody surprisingly, you know? Like this could have easily been like Miami or something, you know, you'd be like, that makes sense. NC State is like the receiving votes team. Like that's the exact level that I consider them. I'm like
The
they're receiving.
receiving votes team.
Yeah, if they get into the top 25, they will lose. But they will receive if they're receiving votes, they're dangerous. Like
That's like it's not mean, but it's backhanded, is what that
yes,
is.
yes. Either way, I just want to say like it was a magical night. They stormed the field. I know it doesn't feel good if you're Georgia Tech, but if you had told a Georgia Tech fan 2 years ago that beating you would result in storming the field, you would have to say, "Wow, what progress we've made!" Like,
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, wow, Georgia Tech beating Georgia Tech is field storm worthy. That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. Either way, the ACC race still, I think Georgia Tech still has the lead, right? What are the
Nope.
standings on? Well, are they not in second place?
They're in second place.
Right. Oh, I meant like to make the actual conference title game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Who's
they are in a two-way tie at 5-1 with Pitt, but then there are three other 4-1 teams.
God damn it. Pitt is still around. I forgot.
Well, Georgia Tech can take care of Pitt, I think next week or the week after.
Are you sure
Right.
about that? I
Yes,
mean,
I am sure about that.
I don't know, dude. Heinzel's been playing pretty well.
That is true.
And if you just need to have a quarterback and Georgia Tech is just like, no, I'm gonna play the pass, then anything's on the table. Like they scored 36 and gave up 48. And it's not like any fluke. It's not like there was turnovers or special teams or nothing. It was just for halves at a time. I mean, well, they were just lost. And like we've been looking at them as a playoff team. We knew they were good. We saw the conference kind of crumble around them, and we're like, this is the favorite in the ACC. And now I'm like, this is a glaring weakness. And I don't know how you just get better in 3 weeks. Like, they have a lot of soul searching to do.
True. I would just point out, like, I do feel like NC State's offense is I have more respect for. I think it's like a pretty dynamic offense. It's like they got good running backs, they got some good receivers. I would say NC State has like an above average ACC offense,
Mm.
which, you know, who's left on Tech's schedule?
Pitt, Boston College, and University of Georgia.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So it's there. It's there. It's there's a path. Um, I guess we'll see. Either way, I expected Big Georgia Tech to be undefeated by the end of the year, so I'm glad they're not. Next game was Miami at SMU. SMU won 26 to 20 in overtime. And I just want to point out the Miami fans have officially turned on Carson Beck. It has occurred. The happening has occurred. I'm not even gonna take a victory lap. I'm just gonna leave it where it is. I'm just gonna
Hey,
say,
that's a
big game Beck.
$4 million surgically repaired arm that
Yeah.
isn't that good.
What's funny is too is that this is the game they turned on him, and I'm like, he wasn't even that bad. He had two picks. One of them was not his fault. It was just it went through the receiver's hands directly into the safety's hands, and then he lost the game in overtime on the interception. That
That
he
one was bad.
deserves. Yes, that is his fault. But he threw what, five interceptions the game before? We should talk about winners. What did you guys think of this game?
SMU put a full game together. They've had leads before and pissed them away because they couldn't play defense, and now they held Miami to 20 points in regular time of play. So that's something. I've seen Miami like have big explosive plays even with Carson Beck's arm, and they limited them and held them to under 3 possessions. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like Miami's offense is so dependent on Malachi Tony getting open. Like he had 9 receptions. I don't think it's quite a Jordan Tyson level target share, but it's got to be close. I mean, but yeah, SMU good. Kevin Jennings, my dog, continues to do the same things that he's always done, but when it's working, that dude is so electric to watch, man.
He's awesome. I mean, he had a nice scramble in the end zone. Well, it wasn't even a scramble. It was a designed run to the right that he then reversed back to the left, walked in untouched into the end zone.
Yeah.
He did everything right this game besides there was the fumble. I don't know whose fault it was because it was such a quick little handoff on the, fake QB sneak little handoff thing. So there was that fumble, but he played really well and he was really clutch. I just wanted to talk about Miami a little bit on defense. They throw the interception, right? In overtime. And they have to go out there and play defense. And the last play of the game, SMU's running back just like walks into the end zone untouched. It was just such a like anticlimactic performance by I know it's not the defense's fault, but I just the visual of watching them not even try to stop him is just really bad.
I don't know. Their defense has taken such a big step forward. Like, I don't want to be too harsh, and that doesn't really make sense to do. Like, they held them to 20 points. Like, they gave up points throughout the game, but
And
you
forced
allowed
turnover.
20. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. I just don't think this game's on them. I think you just expect Miami's offense to be better. Like that's how they've won games before. And now their defense is good enough to win. You're good enough to beat SMU. You just didn't.
Yeah.
And
How
SMU's trying to win too, but I'm surprised they actually pulled it off. I
how
just don't trust them.
how often do you think a defense that gives up fewer than 25 rushing yards in a game loses?
See what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it's on the offense for sure. I just if you're Miami, is anyone surprised? Like sometimes when SMU was rushing the field in this game, and I'm like, they were talking about it, and they were like, this is the big first like ranked home game since like the Nixon administration or something, and
Yeah.
you're like,
It was like
okay.
1976 is their last top 10 home win.
Yeah, there were like unions in America when they had not their last ranked win is basically like, and I'm like, I'm happy for you, but also I was just like, top 10 Miami, huh? I guess so.
Hey man, LSU was top 10 at some point this
Yeah,
year. There's not just because you're top 10 doesn't mean it counts.
yeah. If you're
We'll get
top 10,
the
it don't mean
playoff
shit.
rankings soon, but
Yep,
you know.
Tuesday.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I didn't realize. I guess man, the season's kind of flown by, but yeah. I mean, that was all I had. I was SMU. All I gotta say is, man, what are you doing in the ACC? You should be in the Big 12. You're such a Big 12 team. It'd be so fun to have this team in the Big 12. I just you should do a buyout and join us.
No,
It's more
Here's the
fun.
they
thing.
need to trade West Virginia for SMU. Easy.
I'd take it.
I think Houston would like to do that. Um, I'm kind of annoyed with SMU fans. They've been very vocal about like, oh, it's the mid 12, mid 12. And then they lose to TCU and Baylor. Buddy, you're mid. It's you. You have a losing streak to Baylor, bro. Come
You,
on.
you know who
Hey, it
beat
was
Baylor this
overtime.
year?
Auburn.
Auburn.
You're a baby, bro. I don't care if you're in the playoff. That shit was fake. Fuck you.
Why do you hate SMU this
Frogs
much?
up, baby. Frogs
He's a
up.
conference loyalist deep down.
It's so
Ah,
sad, conference loyalty and all that. Like, it
Hey,
shouldn't be this way, but
I
we're gonna
can't
fight
possibly
for
talk. My
survival,
conference
dude.
started it.
yeah,
We
my conference sucks. But Josh, if you continue to be so pro Big 12, we're gonna need the check that Greg Sankey gave us. We're gonna need that back. Because I mean, a little bit we'll pull you behind the curtain. The SEC does pay all small independent podcasts to promote the SEC at all costs.
It's true. It's true. We
This
get six
actually ties
million
in with our
dollars.
next topic.
Yes, it does. Yes, go for it. Go for it.
All right, we make jokes about like manufacturing consent on here, like when media narratives just lead into a certain direction. And not to get so far off topic, but it was kind of hard to review the games this week because some of them were missing from our network. And from the fact that Disney, ESPN, like you just see all the lines. It's like finding out all the cable news channels, not cable news, like local news channels are from like the same like main distributor, like Sinclair or something. It just felt so terrible watching everyone toe the company line. And like I understand that YouTube, TV, and ESPN are having this contract dispute, but to have these companies coming at me saying they're being so mean to us right now. I could not give less of a shit. Get my fucking game on, you piece of shit. I don't care. You're already charging me more. Do I really like I don't care who's making more money out of it. And God, dude, don't let me go. Somebody
Well,
else.
it's just the thing that kills is that both Disney and Google are acting like they're little tiny baby startups, and we can't possibly hold a candle to the money and resources that Google has as Disney. Like, no, shut the fuck up. Like you said, just put the games on. Like,
I
it's the
yeah.
only it's the only reason anyone pays for any kind of live television is to watch sports, and most of them are on ESPN. And the thing that is also very frustrating is this week does not help the the allegations that ESPN owns the SEC because when you have Greg Sankey putting out the oh get make Google be nice to us, make them give us more money. Like, come on, man, come on.
I know. I also think because I only discovered like this dispute like the day or two before they were saying that their game wasn't going to be broadcast or whatever on Reddit, and I'm like, I think somebody's paying for bots or something because I there was so much like pro YouTube TV stuff, and I'm like, I'm not gonna feel sympathy for YouTube, like the biggest monopolist of all time. Like them and Google. Anyway, whatever. We don't have to talk about it too much. Either
Yeah.
way, yes, it sucked that the game. I had to sail the high seas to get my game this week because it was Georgia fucking Florida. Wasn't I couldn't watch it. It was not
Yeah,
available.
I was happy that TNT has embraced their spot as like we're the only Big 12 like programmer that actually wants to talk about the Big 12. But it's like that shouldn't be like an angle you can approach from. Like that lane shouldn't be open. Like the fact that it's like, hey, we actually care about you, viewer. Like, why is that a selling pitch? Why isn't that the standard? And I understand why. It just sucks. It sucks that we're talking about this during the season. It sucks that YouTube TV is asking me to pick a side against ESPN. I hate ESPN. You don't have to tell me to hate them. But like I just don't like that we're doing this now. Not to mention, we don't even have the playoff format. They're too busy quibbling over that. This whole thing just fucking sucks. And how much about college football is fun to nerd out about right now because there's conference stability, television networks quibbling, and then all the while you're getting subscription prices just going up, up, up. You know, I got an HBO subscription price. It's like, hey, we're adjusting your price. Gee, I wonder which way it's being adjusted. Like, ugh, everything sucks. Why do we care? Football.
All right.
Okay, we can talk about a game
I think that's a
now.
good
Yeah.
fitting end to that. Let's move
Yes.
on to
The next
cocktail
game
party.
was, yeah, just I don't want to say it was the game because I don't think we're going to talk about it fully, but Georgia, Florida. Florida made a good game of it. Georgia did pretty much what they've done all season, which is play close and win.
Oh fuck, I forgot how to play football. Oh shit. Ah, wait, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, that gets old after a while, let me tell you. This is the third time I've texted our group chat in the middle of a Georgia game that Georgia's gonna lose this game, and then they the SEC looks out for us. They make sure that they keep their contenders in the fold. We
The
had some help this game.
the most annoying type of fan is the fan of a powerhouse team who's like, "Oh, we're gonna lose. Oh no."
At least I admit, I'm willing to admit that we've had some outside forces looking out for us this season. In more ways than one, we've had some help. Um, but we should talk a little bit about Florida. They showed they have a lot of talent on their roster. They just need a good coach. If they can get a good coach in there, it's gonna be a good team, and they just need a new quarterback. I mean, that was my takeaway.
Well, does Lagway just need new coaching?
Dude, this guy ain't developing, man. Like, I'm sorry, like his footwork is so fucking bad. Like,
He's a
he had a
true sophomore.
say that again. He's a true sophomore. How many goddamn practices does it take to not throw off your back foot to a wide open guy? You know that the wide open receiver they had that was the catch non-catch thing. You could have just thrown it to him. You didn't
Yeah.
have to do any of this shit.
That was definitely a catch, by the way. We can
But the point is it didn't even have to be a
Yeah.
controversial situation if you just throw
Yeah.
it directly to the wide open guy instead of doing some bullshit. Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's just not happening for him. They could use him as like a run package type QB. Like, he can still be productive, but he ain't developing. This ain't happening. This guy reminds me of freaking Uyungale at
Can we
Clemson.
get Colin Klein, head coach of Florida? How does that sound?
I think it would be good. They would never accept that, but I think it would be a good hire.
Fuck it. Bring Dan Mullen back. He served his time at UNLV. They were 6-1 at some point. I think they lost this week, but they were 6-1.
He'd do better in the NIL era, frankly. He was just bad at recruiting. But You know what? I just want to say one thing as a Georgia fan. Can we please just move on from Glenn Schumann? Every year he's taken over this defense, it's gotten worse. And there's so much cope in the fan base about the defense, and they're like, it's the new NIL era. You can't have as much depth like those old Georgia teams. And it's like, bull fucking shit. This defense fucking sucks. We let Ole Miss score every single drive of the game except for like two drives, and we won. We got lucky. This Florida team is not a good offense. They
No.
should not be moving the ball on us. This
Yeah, the
is
standard can't be Nolan Smith is a rotational pass rusher or we're fucked for 3 quarters. Like
yes.
there has to be some
We
middle
can't just
ground at some
suck
point.
at the start of every football game on defense. I mean, Auburn was out there moving the ball on us. Like,
Damn straight.
you
It's like
know,
the third
like,
time this episode we're using proof that Auburn did something positive against you as a deep insult.
God
anyway,
damn.
we can, yes, we don't need to belabor it, but yeah, I'm like, let's move on from Schumann. The offense is good, defense needs new coordinator. That's
Oh,
what I think.
hey, next topic. Kentucky and
Yes.
Mississippi State get their first SEC.
SEC, yeah. All right. Before we go to Kentucky, because John's gonna kill himself. Mississippi State. Mississippi State came back against Arkansas. That's pretty great. They blew a game against Texas the week before. They came back and they won a game coming back. So I think they've got a good coach. They got the right guy. They just have to stick with it. I think they're on the right track. I'll say that about Mississippi State. Good for you guys. You beat
Mhm.
Arizona State this year too.
And I think Bobby Petrino, man, they want to hire him, but if he loses all seven of the games he coaches, he's not going to be able to. Like,
Yeah, it ain't happening. It ain't
it's not
happening. They
happening
tried.
now.
They tried to manufacture the consent, but it was not possible. There are limitations on their power.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, good job, Mississippi State. I just didn't want that to go unnoticed. Kentucky, also, you blew a game against Texas as well. You won a football game in the SEC. I'm happy
On the
for you.
road.
On
With a
the road.
baseball score.
Yes. That I just good for you. We talk about the winners first. Now, John, this was a good game for you because you got Hugh Freeze fired, right?
This game absolutely fucking sucked, dude. But no, it's bad when people are leaving the stadium in like the first and second quarter because of how bad the offense is.
God damn. The score
Three,
was never that lopsided and they were still leaving.
this team can't score points.
Kentucky had a better defensive performance than fucking Georgia did against this team. I just yes. Anyway, but the point is Hugh Freeze is gone. The bad man
Hugh Freeze
can't
is
hurt you
gone.
anymore.
Thank
He's
you.
gone.
Thank you. I that just, I've got to dance on the grave. So I've got some statistics. Hugh Freeze finishes 15 and 19 overall. I believe 6 and 16 in the SEC or something like that. Um, 2 and 11 at home against power conference teams.
Oh my God.
A place that everyone knows is one of the hardest places to play in the country, and that man made it a joke, and now people expect to just walk in there and win to the point that this is funny. I was texting one of my friends like towards the end of the game, and I was like, dude, I can't believe we're gonna finish this game scoring 3 against the worst team in the SEC. And my friend texts me back. He's like, no, actually, 10 points got scored on the worst team in the SEC. And yep, that's right. But yeah, no, Hugh sucks. It was never gonna work. I've always been against it. And here we are. And I think that the administration probably wanted to keep him through next year, maybe just through the end of the year, like finish it out, but the hand got forced. I mean, this was such a bad game. It desperation mode fully set in for Hugh. I think he realized in the third quarter that he was going to lose his job when he starts flip-flopping the quarterback, like going like, "Oh, we're gonna put Jackson Arnold back out there. Oh wait, Jackson Arnold sucks. That's why we benched him a week ago." we're gonna put the other guy back in, and oh man, just awful.
On the positive note, he did rebuild the roster talent wise.
Yes,
You were recruiting in the top 25 during it, so he it's not like the cupboard's dry for a new guy to come in.
yes.
You still got good players. On top of that, DJ Durkin is gonna take over as the interim.
Hmm.
I don't know how we feel about that, but
Don't love
I,
it. I
he
will
probably can't get the job. But his unit was the good
on
unit.
on the field. I am pro DJ Durkin for what he does, coaching the defense of this team. Uh, I don't need it to be another like piece of shit off the field scandal driven hire like the last one. Like we don't need to we don't need to get the guy who killed one of his players to be our head coach.
So
But his
Brian
defensive
Kelly is
unit is
off your list.
yes. Brian Kelly's off a lot of people's lists, not for killing anybody though. But he did have the good unit on the field.
He did have the
So
good unit.
I'll just say, would not surprise me if Auburn, for no reason at all, plays Alabama down to the last snap of the game anyway.
Oh, I fully expect that. I
Yes.
fully expect that.
Yeah. Despite everything, Hugh Freeze still almost beat Alabama during his time, and he was one of the worst Auburn coaches ever. So, um,
I mean, that is really something. Like they're a really old team, and to be one of the worst
Yep.
ever,
Yep.
that's
well,
really special.
He's
he
definitely the
wasn't.
worst of the last 70 years.
No, I mean Harsin was worse. Harsin was immediately before him and worse. Like,
He had a
Harson
better record though.
Harson won more SEC games than you did.
really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God, I guess I didn't
Like
realize.
on a rate basis, like winning percentage, not
Sure,
total
but
number.
still,
Yeah.
I for some reason, Harsin was so much worse to me in my mind
Yeah.
than,
Yeah,
than
I didn't believe it either when I like actually saw that, but
And bare minimum, his scandal wasn't like verifiable.
yeah,
So
that his Harson's scandal was invented by the university to try and fire a guy that they didn't like. Like that's
and at worst was what? Cheating
yeah,
on your
exactly. Like
wife? I mean,
who
in
gives
the
a shit?
coaching profession.
Every single coach cheats on their wife.
Yeah.
that's so
Uh,
sad.
anyway, yes. So,
Except Gus Malzahn.
okay. Well, that's true. He goes to Waffle House with his wife after the games. Okay. Last thing, though, before we just move on from this, who do you think will be the head coach next year?
I I think that we're probably going to do something dumb. I think what we need to do is get get like a G5 riser type and a dude who you don't have to pay like $60 million immediately off rip. Like what we're going to do, I got this notification while we were recording from The Athletic that's like names to watch for Auburn. Could Jimbo Fisher or James Franklin turn it around? It's like, fuck. I would be
James
cool with
Franklin wouldn't be
Franklin.
that bad.
I would be
Yeah.
cool with Franklin, but if you go out there and hire fucking Jimbo Fisher, Bobby Petrino, like one of these
Urban
retread
Meyer.
ass, like do not fucking do that. Ugh.
Urban Meyer at Auburn would be really funny. Ugh. All
Two
right. Well, anyway,
words. Two words. John Sumrall.
John Summerall is the obvious choice.
wait, where is he coach at? Why do I know that?
Tulane.
Tulane.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, that would
he
be a
had
good pick.
Troy in state. He's a state of Alabama guy. He is the best option. But I don't know if I don't I think that we have a shot in this market to get him because I think he's going to stay Southeastern, probably go to an SEC school. Florida probably doesn't want to do the G5 riser again because that just didn't work with
You
Napier.
guys just did that too, though, with Harson.
Yeah, but that failed for a whole host of other reasons.
Well,
And
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying what the administration takes as a lesson. Like,
yeah, but that was two coaching hiring or two like
mm,
hiring processes ago. So you don't you do the opposite of your ex, right? If you have a defensive guy and he sucks, you hire an offensive guy. I think kind of a similar thing can happen with the like the pool that you're drawing your coach from. Like if Hugh had been a G5 riser type and we shit can him because he's ass, then we'd probably go and try and get a more established like power four head coach, but which we could do anyways, I guess. I don't know. I'm just happy the thing's over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the oh
permission
no.
to dream has been granted, and
Yes.
that's something that feels so refreshing after. I mean,
Hmm.
we at least we at the beginning of the year we're like, what if they're randomly good? That was the most fun we had with Auburn all season.
I'll say one last thing on this. Lane Kiffin, just put your name out there because you'll get a bag. Florida and
Yep.
Auburn and Ole Miss all bidding on you.
Ooh,
You can make a lot of money. Just say,
ooh.
hire me. I'll negotiate for you. You will make so much money. Like, ah. All right, next topic we had Virginia sitting alone at the top of the ACC. Truly unexpected, right? I had said when they beat Florida State that it was a magical Disney movie night that didn't mean much more than that. And I was okay with that. I wasn't putting them down for it, but I was just like, I thought that was all it was. But no, they're probably going to be in the ACC title game.
I
It's pretty
mean,
impressive.
I can't believe that the thing's still working. Like they're still able to run the ball. It wasn't a fluke. They're still playing like opportunistic defense. That wasn't a fluke. I'm just surprised. Like I even look back at our ACC preview. We did not spend much time on Virginia. We were talking about Virginia Tech. Like they really earned it so far, and I just can't believe we're here.
Yeah, and I like that they like if you're a Virginia fan, this is an awesome season because A, unexpected. B, you get your big home fun, the Florida State rush the field game, all that stuff, and you're winning close games. You know, they're winning close games across the board, which is just a really fun season for them. So I hope they make the playoff or something awesome like that. It would be great for a new ACC team to make it.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, were you gonna say something,
And
John?
Nope.
No.
I was
I don't
just
know.
agreeing.
For our ACC preview, I still am very proud of that episode because we I said we were showing our bald spot in that one, and now it feels like we were right. There is untapped potential in the ACC. We just couldn't identify. It was so low key that even while looking, we couldn't see it coming.
Yeah,
I love being right even when we're wrong.
I was literally the guy coming out there talking about Virginia Tech, Clemson, and the national championship. Just every
This close.
yes. Ah.
Ooh, Clemson. Ooh.
Yeah, well, yeah. Hey, we made a pact that we were finished talking about them.
Okay. Okay.
Good for you, Duke. You went
Hey,
for the
okay.
kill.
Here, I'm gonna do this because it's not this is not about Clemson, it's about Duke. Scoring a touchdown with 40 seconds left and saying, fuck it. We're just gonna either win or lose right now. Love it.
Hell yeah.
You gotta respect it. I agree. I agree. Duke could have beaten Georgia Tech earlier this year too,
Yeah.
so they had a shot.
Everyone had a chance to beat Georgia Tech this year. I don't know why they didn't, but they closed this
Because
one.
Haynes King is him.
All right. Next topics was our negative shout outs. The Big 12 kind of imploded this week. Houston loses to West Virginia in a not close game. Gotta say the Rich Rod thing, going back, dating your ex, that seems to be doing all right this season, you
They're
know?
3-6.
Yeah, but they beat Pitt and they beat Houston.
Got a ranked road win and a big one at home. Yeah,
They didn't
sure.
think anything would happen this year, so I'm just,
That's
we
true.
need to talk to an actual West Virginia fan, but
They lost
going
to
okay.
Ohio this year. Not even like a good Ohio team.
No. Yeah, but they beat Pitt the next week, right? That's all that
Exactly.
matters.
I told you, some wins just count more, and this is one of those wins. You got an experience if you were a season ticket holder at a game, and then you got to go to a game watch for whatever reason and dance on the table with all your friends back home. That's great.
Yeah, and
Just giving them something.
it's funny too because we literally talked about Houston last week, and we were like, "Yeah, I think Houston's pretty good. I think they might win they might be able to go to the Big 12 title." Some dude on a TikTok was making fun of us, and I guess he was just right because they just went out and lost by 30. Ugh. But anyway, that Houston lost Iowa State.
Oh, sorry. One last thing. There's a Houston fan that was talking about their attendance. They're still having all the regular trappings of being in college football now with like, rising prices, parking being like $50 plus, concessions, all that. And they can't get butts and seats. They said it was just trying to capitalize off the people that are there, but they need to do the opposite because their basketball is so well attended. Like people do care about Houston athletics. It's just not Houston football. And so now you had a really good team that was finally ranked for the first time in forever. And there it goes to
It's
West
sad.
Virginia.
It's sad too because Houston's a good sports town. Like overall, pros, college, overall, they're a good sports town. So yeah, you're right.
Are they just
Yeah.
spread too thin? Because people were comparing them to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati has great fan attendance. Do you just have to make the playoff before people care?
I think you have to be a multimillionaire to attend their games. Is what you're describing. They're just too goddamn
Nah,
expensive at a certain point.
you know.
Anyway, yes, Houston. I don't know what to think of you anymore. I think you're still good, right? They're still good, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. On the Big 12 imploded topic, Cincinnati just got blown out by Utah.
Mhm.
I had declared Utah like a fluke, not real team. They beat Cincinnati. It
You
wasn't
both
close.
picked them though in this one. I was very excited for Cincinnati. I'm like, this is the one where they're like, no, we're real. Like that loss to Nebraska was forever ago. And sometimes you just don't got it, dog. Their defense has been below average, but their offense just made up for it. And this time they did not. It just fell off the rails.
I gotta say,
Utah's a tough place to play, but still.
Big 12. You have to cheat and help the teams that are going to make the playoff for your conference. You need to cheat more. You gotta start cheating teams out
Put
of losses.
put the thumb on the scale.
Yeah. I'm like, God damn it, fucking they were gonna have two teams in the play. I was talking about two teams in the playoffs like a week ago, and then they do this shit. On
Don't
the
worry, BYU is undefeated, so
oh,
there's still a shot.
yeah, well, yeah, that's true. It's true. Iowa State loses to Arizona State. Josh, you were at the game, right?
Yes, I was, and in the pouring rain and in the waning sunlight, I watched Rocco Beck utterly regress. This has happened to different Cyclone quarterbacks where they start off really good and then just slowly but surely, like they just take steps back. And Rocco was so sharp. We could not have the 5 wins we do have if we had a single quarterback that was slightly worse than Rocco Becht. Like he won us so many games. And now this one is on him. Like for every drop that happened, like I remember looking at the stats on the screen. Rocco was 7 of 13, and 4 of those incompletions hit the receivers in the hand. So I'm like, wow, my quarterback is finally on point. And then anytime the rain was actually falling, it just came out his hand wrong. And I don't know how you're going to be a Cyclone quarterback and not be able to play in bad weather, but this one just hurts, dude. Because Jeff Sims has not been particularly good. Now
That's
he
a
le-
nice way to put it.
no, well, no, he still made his regular Jeff Sims mistakes, but he had the most rushing yards by an Arizona State quarterback in their team's history. You just can't be that bad on the ground. And we talk about the 3-3 stack. We talk about like, oh, the linebackers being in the wrong place. We talk about injuries. We talk about safeties helping the corners so that you don't have like people in the box like you should. It was just a bad day at the ballpark, dude. There's just no other ways around it. You gave up a loss to Colorado. You were really injured. You were hurt. Even your kickoff team has been struggling because your kicker couldn't get it inside of 15 yards on kickoffs. And now you got those things back just in time for everything else to fall back on itself. And it's a shame because as bad as the defense was statistically, they still made plays. They still made a bad team really struggle. And Jeff Sims just played a better game than Rocco Beck. I would not have even conceived of that being a possibility. But the Cyclones are giving up wins to anybody right now. And I was saying to my friends in our like group chat, um, the Cyclone like power rating right now, looking at this week's results, like sorry, this is I'm gonna look cut around this. I feel like it's worthwhile. Just like watching the teams that they've played against and who lost this week, like losing to Arizona State, who just got blown out by Utah when Jeff Sims was starting. Like you lose by 5 to them because you can't kick an extra point, you can't hold on to the ball, you can't pass in the second half. You know, Arizona blows out Colorado 52 to 17. Colorado scored more than 17 on you, and you blew out Arizona. Cincinnati scored 14 against Utah. They scored that in 2 drives against you. I thought with injuries and everything, it would take some time to adjust, but they're just bad right now. And if this were any other team, I would say they're fucking lost. Their program needs a total reset. And this coach is on the hot seat, and I just can't bring myself to do it because I know too much and I'm too in the foxhole with them. So somebody else, please say what needs to be said because I just don't have the constitution to say it.
Okay. I don't think anyone needs to be on the hot seat after this season. They were in the
Fire
Big
Matt
12
Campbell
title.
right now.
They were in the Big 12 title game last season, so I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be that sad.
Mike
Uh,
Gundy was in the title game 2 years ago.
okay, true. Yes. It's possible. If next year is worse, we can have that conversation, but I'm willing
No,
to
I'm not thinking fire Matt Campbell or
yeah.
anything. I'm still glad to have him. But yeah, my faith has been absolutely snapped. Like this is
That was
not,
me. That was me last week. See,
yeah.
I lost hope last week, so this week was like a little more even keel in terms of like I don't feel like the offense is hopeless or anything. They just I don't know if anyone else feels like this when they watch Iowa State, but when we line up under center and run the ball downhill, we are so much more effective at running the ball when we do that. I'm like, why don't we just run that instead of all this shotgun bullshit that we keep doing? Like, honestly, we're actually pretty good at running the ball when we just line up under center and hand it off to Carson Hansen or Abu Sama. Like, there's if we just made Rocco not the superstar quarterback, like we didn't put him in that spot and we just let him hit play action shots and some simpler stuff, the offense could be a lot more productive. Um, and then on the defense thing, I hate the 3-3 stack. We don't have linebackers athletic enough to do a 3-3 stack. Like I just don't believe it. You have to be recruiting fucking NFL players to run that shit. Like I just don't buy it. But if they make a bowl game, I'm happy. That's all I want. I want a bowl game and a bowl game win. That's and a winning record is important. But I'm not as hopeless as you.
I'll take 27 points.
Jesus. I have some more, but John, did you want to go?
I have very few Iowa State thoughts compared to you guys.
All good. Okay. Then I wanted to ask you guys, okay, because I thought this was pretty funny. Because when I watched the game, I I saw Jeff Sims and I was like, Holy shit, this guy is still playing college football. Could you guys name the highest completion percentage season for Jeff Sims? Do you guys believe true or false? Has he ever thrown for over 60% completion percentage or above? Ever in his
No,
entire career?
no,
There's no way.
no.
One season, he threw exactly 60% completion percentage at 2021 Georgia Tech. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Because what he's been Georgia Tech, Nebraska, and Arizona State. Are
Arizona
there any
State.
other stops?
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
That's it. Which also surprised me that I felt like he'd been around more
Feels
than
like
he
a five
had.
school type of guy.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But it's just I can't help but feel if they don't let up the one run the 90-yard run if that one run doesn't occur, I was thinking of probably squeeze this one out, but you could have said that for every game this fucking season, frankly. Something like that, basically. So we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Um Next topic was the Tennessee Oklahoma game. Can we all give up on Tennessee officially? Because that was a disgusting game. That took like 4 fucking hours for a game that did not deserve to take 4 hours. Um, Oklahoma
I
had a bunch of
oh sorry.
turnovers.
I
No,
was
you
gonna
go.
say I didn't even watch what happened. I missed this SEC game for whatever reason. And was it really a one possession game or did that just
No,
happen?
no.
Okay.
Oklahoma was up by 2 scores with like 4 minutes left, and for no reason had John Mateer throw the ball over like a quick RPO slant bullshit that would just immediately became a pick. Tennessee scored, and then they didn't get the onside. But like Tennessee was fucking horrible this game. Like they had 3 turnovers, so many sacks. They were down 6 in the first half at the end of half. They should have been up 17 with the way they were moving the ball, but they just kept turning it over. And then the second half, Oklahoma's defensive line was just like Oklahoma's defensive line played like they did against sorry John Auburn, where they had like 12 sacks like that game. Remember that game where he had like a lot
I
of sacks?
remember. I remember.
Yes. It was like that. I was like Tennessee just could not block anybody, and Oklahoma had a defensive score. Neither of these teams deserve to win, but Oklahoma won. That's kind of how I feel.
They can't both lose.
Yes.
Hey,
Uh,
I called this one. I said Tennessee is like whatever, but I didn't think that they were this boring. Like, as a Tennessee fan, you have to be so bored with this team. You lose that heartbreaker to Georgia, and then you could have just super simmed right through to this week. And it's like, ah, damn, we're also not going to win anything this year. Fuck. Like,
I kind
what
of
a
think
terrible year for them. That isn't even that terrible. It's just, oh, well, we exist.
I kind of think James Franklin got fired, and now we have our new James Franklin in the SEC, which is they can't win
Ooh.
big games, man.
Ooh, I like this take. We
I
needed
think
a new punching bag, dude. They're either getting fired or completely validated, like Ryan Day. So-
I think that the next negative shout out we have also has a case to be the new James Franklin. We can let them fight each other for it. But
Yeah.
dude, this is why okay, both teams deserve to lose, right? The straw on the camel's back that broke it so that Tennessee had to lose instead of Oklahoma losing is wear your fucking team colors, man. If black is not on your color palette, do not do a blackout. It's
This is
that
such a
easy.
boomer take. This is like me. Like when you I agree though. Fuck
Three
blackout. I
teams
don't
did
really...
blackouts when they don't have black as an official color this week, and all three of them lost.
I agree. It's bad juju.
It's
It's
bad
bad
juju.
juju.
That's why you lost. And we are we done here?
No,
no,
we
we're
can't.
not. You're not going to get that take off in this household. A black and white uniform is our thing. Everyone made fun of us for having a black and white uniform. Oh, another school in the state wears black. One of your rivals wears black. You're just not even a color. You just black and white. You can't be black and white. You're not a black and white school. Fuck you. You can't put it on. Everyone was talking shit. Everyone's talking shit, even though fashion is fucking cyclical and we were ahead of the curve. Iowa State fans are bored with black and white. You motherfuckers want to put it on now? Fuck y'all. That's why you fucking lost to USC. I said at the beginning of the fucking season, you can't lose that game. It's bad for morale to let a West Coast team come to your house in November and you fucking gave it up by one possession because your quarterback fucking sucks and he got hurt. So I'm going to give him a break. And it's not necessarily his fault. But God fucking damn it, I told you. I fucking told you. Take that shit off. That's not yours. And neither are any of your recruits in the state. God damn it. Give me them.
For the record, we were
Wow.
talking about Nebraska losing to USC during that.
You didn't introduce the topic.
Wearing their
It's-
blackout uniforms.
Yes, that is true.
Disgustingly. But-
Yes, yeah.
Matt Rule, potential new James Franklin. I think the case is there
What?
as well.
James
Yeah,
Franklin
Matt Rule,
beats
if
who
he
he's
didn't win any
supposed to
games.
beat. Matt Rule loses to fucking Minnesota by 18 points. He
That's-
can't. He's not good enough to beat
That's
James Franklin.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
James
But-
Franklin has
the-
Saquon Barkley and wins against Ohio State at least once. Matt Rule hasn't beaten a ranked team still. It's
Yes.
disgusting what's happening there.
Yes.
And it was funny before, but it's annoying. It's annoying to me because it just keeps happening.
It's been
It
going on
keeps
for so
happening.
long. It's stopped being funny and is now just annoying to hear. Nebraska, I don't know Rule's specific record, but I know for Nebraska as a school, it's like 29 straight ranked L's. Like they haven't beaten a ranked team since like 2017 or something.
Yeah,
Matt Rule's
yeah.
2-11. I think I saw that.
It's hilarious that Penn State, I don't know if they wanted, but the rumor mill that they wanted Matt Rule. And I'm like, why? He sucks. They suck. They are
And he got-
losing. Why would you want this guy? I don't get it.
Nebraska said
Rule
70
con-
mil.
They conned Nebraska into paying him more money.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, Josh, you're right. He's not even good enough to beat James Franklin. James Franklin at least wins games that aren't the big ones. Like, he wins all the other ones. He's not even doing that. Josh Heupel, now you are James Franklin. Like, you lose to Alabama, Florida, and Georgia. You have to win one of those games once in a while, man.
But
Like,
he did beat Alabama that one time a couple years ago, and that's going to hold him for a while.
yeah, and he is a good coach, but yes,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, Nebraska. I don't even want to shit on them because, like, Rayola's hurt now. It's like your fuckboy quarterback isn't even there to make you feel slightly better on offense.
Yeah. I just wanted to take a drive-by shot at the ranked record thing. That was the only reason I put it on the show notes.
Perfect.
Take that
perfect.
shit off. You don't own it.
All right, we can pick next week's games now. Let's do it. Indiana at Penn State. Josh, what are we thinking? Indiana at Penn State.
Indiana, keep on rolling. Simple as.
John?
Indiana. Do we think they get another 50-point showing? It feels like they've been doing that every single week.
Yeah, I'll go with Indiana. I think it's going to be a blowout for sure. Next game, BYU at Texas Tech. John?
Give me the Raiders because the Big 12 has shown us that there are going to be approximately 18 one-loss teams in the Big 12 at the end of the year. And BYU needs to have one loss. This is the path.
It is known. Josh?
I was thinking the same thing, and I feel so connected with you, John. Like, I was thinking, man, I think BYU's the better team. I think they're coming off of a bye. I think Texas Tech has had injuries to their backup quarterback, Baron Morton. It's just a matter of time, it seems, sad to say. So I feel like BYU should be able to pull this one off. That being said, that doesn't feel like it's the Big 12 at all. So I don't know. I think for the sake of the conference and feeling like that feels correct, I'll go with Texas Tech, even though my brain says no.
I'm gonna go with BYU. I think
It's the
I
smart pick.
Yeah,
I respect them. I think they're a mature team. I don't think they're gonna drop a game like this. But it's
Love
there's
Barry
respecting the
Bachmeyer.
rivalry and then respecting the conference, and this is one of those things.
next game, Texas A&M at Missouri. Uh, I'm gonna pick Missouri.
Mm.
Not because
Really?
not because I want them to win more than I think they will win. I need Texas A&M to lose so they get knocked out of the SEC. I need certain things to happen. I need them to lose so that then when Georgia beats Texas and then Texas beats Texas A&M, we can eliminate so that we can make the title game. Anyway, so there's a whole set of sequences for this, but I also think Missouri's pretty good. And honestly, this is the last like true game that A&M can lose until the Texas game. So I'm gonna pick Missouri. Josh?
I don't think Missouri's going to get this one. I feel like they've had other tests like this, and I need them to be a step better than they have been. And I don't think they have that step. Not yet. Bo Prabula needs to get back to the form he was against like Kansas and stuff. And I don't know if he has that in him. So
Wasn't he
I'm going to
hurt?
give it. Was he this week?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I
he
can't
got
remember
hurt.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, but you think they'll win?
I said I want them to win. That's why I'm picking that.
Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah,
John?
I thought they would be fucked with Bo Prabula, let alone with a backup.
Yeah. I've got A&M for the same reasons, and it took Missouri two overtimes to beat Auburn.
Damn, dude, that is right.
Might have been one overtime. I wiped that game from my memory.
I feel really bad. We were using Auburn as like so many as the
Hey, we earned it.
that's true. Fine. Next game, Oregon at Iowa. Josh, what do you think?
I'll be honest, I don't think it's going to be as easy as I thought it would be for Oregon, but they've played a tough game against Penn State on the road, and that was when they didn't know it was not going to be as tough a game as they thought. So I think they'll find a way to pull it off. I don't think it will be easy though. I think Iowa is good enough to really make this game ugly, but I think they already got their ugly Big Ten win by coming back against Penn State. I don't think they're going to do it again.
John?
Uh, I got Oregon. Just I know it's in Kinnick, but I got Oregon.
I have Iowa. Oregon just played Wisconsin kind of close. Indiana took them. Penn State was close. I think Iowa can do this. Iowa played Indiana pretty well. I could see this if Iowa can get the pressure, with their defensive front. This could be a game at home. A couple turnovers, some special teams and field position. I, I see it. I see it. I think it can be done. They
All
gotta
right,
catch some breaks, but it can be done.
here's my inside edge for this game. There's going to be a lot of little things that make this one matter. From the Iowa Everywhere Network, there's a show, Two Guys with Chris Hassel, Chris Williams. Uh, Chris Hassel was talking about this on the show that the long snapper for Iowa doesn't touch the laces of his of like his balls. And John's shaking his head, but a long snapper for Iowa with a podcast pointed this out, and it's fucked up their special teams operations multiple times. This is going to be a close game, no matter who wins it. So if Iowa's gonna tweak it up on field goals, they can't afford to do that. Every point is precious. Two, Xavier Nwankpa had an incredible game against Penn State. He was the difference. He got a pick in the short side of the field, and they need him to make that happen again. They do not have that game breaking defensive back that they usually do. And if one of their linebackers. He's like the smallest linebacker I've ever seen them have. Like I think his name's Harrell, number 41. If he gets bullied in Oregon's like run game and Dante Moore is able to just sit back and not take a sack again, I don't know how good Iowa's pass rush has been, but I feel like unless they're able to really cause some havoc by their safety, maybe over pursuing, on a couple plays and getting that turnover that they'll need, it's going to be really close. But you can't fuck it up on special teams, and you need a turnover or two. That seems like, obviously, but really, that is the key. Because you can outgain Iowa by 150 yards, but they make that shit not matter. Ask me how I know. So I do think this will be close. I think this will be either CBS or Big Noon Fox. So everyone will be able to watch it. So that's nice.
Yeah, I listen. I picked Iowa. I think they can do it. I think they can do it. I'll keep it. I'll keep it as simple as that. But that
There's
was
a gleam.
absolutely. Um, this next game, LSU at Alabama, and before we pick, we're going to point out a phrase of this podcast that we respect rivalries, and we respect rivalries after coaches have been fired, as witnessed by
Mm.
Georgia, Florida. So I'm just going to point it out there. John, who do you think is going to win LSU at Bama?
Bama, come on, let's be real.
I didn't think you'd say it that easy. But
Uh,
Have you seen
I
LSU play American football this year?
hey, they beat Clemson. That was a top three win. Josh,
this has everything chaotic about it. I feel like the Vanderbilt game is a really good example of Alabama just like surviving against a weird team that does weird things. And I feel like because it's at home, I will give them the edge. But it's going to be just like the Georgia game where it's close and you're kind of worried, but they'll do it.
I will also go with Alabama. I'll go with Alabama. They got the better QB. Their coach wasn't fired last week, so they'll probably show up better. I would hope so. I'll go with Alabama. Next game, Navy at Notre Dame. Josh, what do you think?
I don't know if this is a rivalry, but if it was, I wouldn't respect it. Notre Dame.
Wow.
Damn. John?
This is a rivalry and I do respect it, but yeah, Notre Dame is gonna win.
Shit, man. All right. I was gonna pick Navy. Notre Dame just played like shit against Boston College and kind of up and down. I'll go with Navy.
I
I feel like they
maybe
got it out their system, though.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm picking something fun. Sorry, what were you gonna say, John?
I really wish that Navy hadn't lost yesterday.
Yeah. I
But
uh
North Texas is so fun, dude.
I know. They're right by
They're
me.
back on track, dude.
Yeah.
I need you to go boots on the ground and see Mestamaker.
Sure. I'll go. I should go to a game this season. Why not?
I can't believe you haven't already.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Next game, Tulane at Memphis. I thought a little bit of an underrated matchup. Josh, what did you think of this?
I'm gonna give it to Tulane. I feel like they've had their close calls, like the home game against ECU, and the Ole Miss game really made me readjust how good I thought they were. But Memphis is not a flawless team. Even if they've had some big wins, everything had to go right for them. So I'm giving it to Tulane. Memphis has had their fun. They're going to drop this one, in my opinion.
John?
I'm gonna give it to Tulane because I want Tulane to win as many games as they possibly can while not being the G5 playoff team because I don't want to have to wait until the middle of January to hire John Summerall away.
So selfish.
Yeah, John and I are both
Cool.
picking so selfishly. We picked Missouri. We're just picking selfishly. I'll also go with Tulane. Um, it was a coin flip in my mind. I mean, I feel like Memphis at home, that has to mean something, but I'll give the edge to Tulane. Houston at UCF. Josh, what are we picking Houston at UCF?
I respect this rivalry. The battle for the space school, dude. I'm a little concerned that Houston is in a mode where they could just drop a game to anybody and going to UCF isn't easy. but I don't think UCF is very good. I don't think they'll be able to score enough points to win this game even close. Like, no. So Houston gets their shit back together.
I don't think that I've watched a single second of UCF play football this year.
You didn't see
So,
that thriller they had in their first game against Jacksonville State?
yeah,
What are we thinking, John?
Houston. Come on.
Fine. I'll go Houston, but I really wanted to pick against them after last against that West
Then
Virginia performance.
then pick against them. Just do it.
But I think they win. I do think they'll win. I'm just, the West Virginia game. You gotta it recontextualizes certain things. But anyway, those were all our
Nah,
games
Willie
for.
Fritz won't lose back-to-back weeks. He's too good of a coach for that.
He's just good enough to do damage to the conference's standing. What you gonna do? Anyway, all right, that was our episode. We'll see everyone next week, and God bless.